You guys, welcome to Real Life Comedians. Happy to see you guys. I got invited to a gender reveal party. If you guys don't know what that is, that's this thing where white people invite you over for some white people bullshit. And like, I didn't want to go because you don't really know a baby's gender when it's born, right? Like, we've established a gender as a social construct, right? Yeah. And what you learn when a baby's born is you learn the baby's sex. Scientific fact. You learn the baby's sex when it's born. So I suggested we call it a baby sex party. And now I don't have to go. Hey, you guys, I'm Jason Mack. And these are my jokes. I get a lot of massages. I'm a dude. I'm a straight dude. I always get a male massage therapist, okay? And it's not weird to me. I don't think it's weird, okay? And it's not like, I'm not trying to say like that all men are physically stronger and all women are physically weaker. Obviously, I'd never make a blanket statement like that. It's just that in my experience, men get better hand jobs. They're like the most intuitive people, right? Like a massage therapist, they're like the most intuitive people. Like a massage therapist can put their hands on you and can just immediately tell how fast you come. That's so, wow, you know? I get a lot of reflexology massages, you know, because that's the money I got right now. So, you know, $25 for an hour, so you know you're getting quality work done, right? You know? The other day, I'm getting massaged by this old Asian dude because that's who's putting their hands on me right now. No judgment. No judgment with that statement. That's just what's going on. It got weird, though, because his fingernails were digging into my shoulders. It was really gross. It was uncomfortable because he hadn't clipped his fingernails. But then here's the thing, you guys. He got down on my feet, and I hadn't clipped my toenails. And that, my friends, is what's known as a Mexican standoff. Thank you. Shit! It's a very... Sometimes people get angry at the punchlines. Fuck! I did not see that! God damn it! I got problems. You guys, we all got problems here, right? We're here in America. I don't know. I got a lot of problems. I got a bunch of health problems, you guys. I'll tell you guys what I got. I have PTSD. I have a traumatic brain injury. I have tinnitus from the war. I have an auditory processing disorder where I can't process speech out of the right side of my head. I have a TMJ fracture that didn't set right. I have Hashimoto's disease, where my immune system's attacking my thyroid. I have fibromyalgia. I have sleep apnea. I have arthritis in both my hips. I have fatty liver disease. Who wants to fuck? Who's putting that out there? Maybe somebody wants to fuck me a little bit. It actually took me a long time to get diagnosed, you guys, because doctors are idiots. Here's how I got diagnosed, actually. I got on Facebook, and I did one of those what is your health age quizzes. It said I died in the 60s. I was like, that can't be good, you know? It's not good. I actually just cut out social media because that's bad for you. I went, this is really good news, you guys. I just went 4 days, no Facebook, no Twitter. That's the good news. The bad news is I do heroin now. Need something to take off the edge, you know? Yeah, no, doctor told me I should be eating to my blood type. I don't know if you guys heard about the blood type diet. Specific blood type based on basically your ancestry and where your ancestors, you know, ate food and what they were eating. My blood type's AB. It's like only 5% of the population. It's pretty rare. I'm only supposed to eat like walnuts and peanuts and a bunch of fish I'd never heard of. This is true, you guys. The only 2 red meats I'm allowed to eat, lamb and mutton. So I looked it up. It turns out mutton's just a word for old lamb. Found out that gluten is an autoimmune trigger, so I went gluten-free. Started drinking gluten-free beer. I don't want to brag, but that's an impressive commitment to alcoholism, isn't it? Right? But I feel really good, you guys. I lost a bunch of weight. I have a bunch of extra energy on the gluten-free diet. I think since I'm doing so good, I'm thinking this weekend for my cheat meal, I'm thinking about eating a bullet. And then a friend of mine told me that semen makes your teeth whiter. So I'm trying to eat more of that now. I know. Dating's easy, right? That's what they always say. I think it's pretty easy. I do pretty well. I do well in bed. I do well, sex. I'm pretty good. I've had multiple ladies. I've had multiple ladies tell me in bed that I'm a lot like a horse. I'm easily spooked. Dating's easy. It's easier than it used to be, right? Now you got the apps. You can just order a person. It used to be so much. Dating used to be harder. Dating used to be so much harder. You used to have to wait until your brother died and then take his wife.
Well, I'm not gonna be able to prove
that was so much harder. And then you have to explain to your nephew that he's your son now, and he's like, I don't understand what happened to daddy. You're like, oh, you didn't hear? I'm sorry, your uncle's dead. That was much harder. Now you got the apps. You got Tinder for hookups and Bumble for relationships. Bumble combines my two biggest fears, which is commitment and bees. I get a specific genre of lady that's trying to date me on the apps. It's thicker Latina chicks who want to bully me into a relationship. I don't know. Is it a beard thing, sir? Is it? Yes. Is it? They think I'm a hipster. I don't. Then they want me to choke them, and now I'm the mean one. That's my favorite joke that you guys don't like. It's great, though. You got to watch out, though, fellas, because the ladies, they'll try to trick you on the apps. They'll use those dog face filters. You ain't fooling me. I know you ain't no doggy, right? Another thing they'll do, fellas, watch out if a lady's doing this. They'll photograph themselves just from the neck up. And you got to watch out. If a lady's just photographing herself just from the neck up, you got to watch, fellas, because there's just a small chance that they might be a mythological centaur. And I don't know where they sleep. Do they just lay in the bed on the side, or do I have to construct a stable? What are we doing here? I can't handle body of a horse, face of a basic bitch in my house, you guys. Oh, I'm a disabled war veteran. Anybody else? It's weird. It's a weird thing because I'm part of the first generation to have anxiety. It used to be you just get drunk and hit your wife and they say you're the greatest generation. That was an easier time, right? Now I have anxiety. I don't know, man. I used to be in the Navy. I spent 4.5 years on the USS. Should have gone to college. A weird thing happened to me recently. I was in line at Starbucks, popular coffee chain Starbucks. You guys heard of it? They're everywhere. This old woman cut in front of me in line, and I don't take any shit. So I was like, excuse me, ma'am, I was in line. She turned to me and she yelled, I'm a senior citizen. Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm a veteran. And that, my friends, is what's known as a Mexican standoff. God damn it. Saw this thing on the internet. Said that California has the worst quality of life in the country. And you guys saw this thing? Yeah. I know. Everybody shared it on Facebook, and Fox News and CNN ran segments on it. It said that out of all of 50 states in the union, California has the worst quality of life, and I didn't believe it myself. I wanted to do my own research. I looked into it. Turns out it was published in this little thing called Gun-Loving Sister Fuckers Magazine. I just think they might be biased, because that's not a lot of California fans. Among the writer and editorial crew at Gun-Loving Sister Fuckers Magazine. Okay, that was a one-time punchline. That was not a repeated punchline. We're having enough with these interjections from the front row. Thank you very much. No, just kidding. No, it's okay. No, we're having fun. They took that way too seriously from from the guy telling dick jokes into a microphone. For my last job, I sold computers. You guys heard of these things? I sold computers. Weird thing happened to me one day. I'm trying to sell computers, and this 12-year-old girl comes up to me, and she starts talking to me about computers. But I figured out after a few minutes she wasn't trying to buy a computer. This 12-year-old girl's hitting on me at the computer store. I know it was gross. It was uncomfortable, right? Like clearly she had some like boundary issues, some sexuality issues, put on her by her parents, right? So I killed her. Because I'm no pedophile, you guys. And it's very important to me. It's very important to me that everybody knows I'm not a pedophile. But like, she could have lived, but like in America, we think a pedophile is like the worst thing you can be, right? And it's not the worst thing you can be, you guys. The worst thing you can be is a child murderer, right? Yes, of course. The second worst thing you can be is a regular person murderer, right? Okay. 3 is a child rapist. 4 is a regular person rapist. We're following. 5 is Hitler stuff in general. Don't do that. That's a bummer at parties. 6 is a Comcast customer service representative. No, we're not taking requests on companies, on what companies I'm going to roast tonight. PG&E. Bunch of bums over there, huh? I'll tell you what, about the fires. I used to tell people, it was a fun insult when I didn't like someone. I'd always tell someone, I hope you die in a house fire. But now half my family has lost their homes in house fires. I know, what a bummer at the comedy show, huh? I have a dog, you guys. I have a beautiful black lab puppy. You guys like dog? I know. Yeah, puppy. She's so great. She's the love of my life. I love her so much, you guys. Her name is the Feminist Agenda. It's my dog's real name. I call her Jen for short. I'm not a monster, but it's fun at like dog parks. Like an old lady will ask, "Oh, she's beautiful. What's her name?" And I'll say, "Oh, it's the Feminist Agenda." And the conversation's over, It's so good, It's fun. She's great though, because I have all these health problems. I have I get really bad, I get stressed out. I have anxiety and depression symptoms whenever I get really stressed out. So what'll happen is I'll be in my chair, and I'll be sitting down in the living room. I'll just lose my shit, and I put my head in my hands like this, and my puppy, she'll sense this from across the room, and she'll run across the room. She'll jump up in my lap and give me puppy kisses all over my face. I know, isn't that so sweet, guys? It's the best thing about her. That's the best thing about my sweet little puppy. The worst thing about her is that she's a Holocaust denier. She doesn't claim it didn't happen. She's like, it was 6 million Jews, not 6.1. One of those really specific Holocaust denying Labrador retrievers. You guys have had dogs before, right? You guys have had dogs before, you know what I'm talking about, right? But I can't do anything about it, right? I can't hit her, she's not a kid, right? So I just go on knowing that someone I love is a bigot, which I guess what we're all doing right now. Am I right? Am I right, you guys? That is a Thanksgiving joke. All right, I'll leave you guys with this because we got a bunch of great comics for tonight. I was talking with a pretty young lady, much like many of you here. I was telling her about how chronic pain is a separate disease with its own unique pathology from whatever injury got you there in the first place. She stopped me. She said I was mansplaining chronic pain. You guys? She said I was mansplaining chronic pain. So I told her she was gender shaming me. And that, my friends, is what's known as a Mexican standoff. Thank you guys so much. That's my time. My name is Jason Mack. Thank you guys so much. You guys are great people. I want you guys to keep that energy going for your next comic. The very funny Jake Rizzly.
I get a funny feeling up and down my spine, 'cause I know that my Elvira's mine.
Sing it with me.
I'm singing
Elvira, Elvira, my heart's on fire. Elvira, giddy up, boom, bop, mow, mow, giddy up, boom, bop, mow, mow. Oh, silver, away. Okay, that's. I have a weight problem. A lot of good-looking people here tonight. Yeah, not so much in the back, but up here, it's good. So. Got him! I'm just kidding, guys. I like turtles. Yeah. That's why I think we should ban straws. Yeah. And replace them with red vines. Yeah. I think it's a sweet solution. Yeah, but now I know what you're thinking. How are we going to make them into straws? They don't come in straws. You got to cut the ends off. Now we're talking job creation. Yeah. Yeah, good fucking ideas. That's what I have. Yeah. I think 70 and older should be able to do whatever the hell they want. That's what I believe. They've put their time in. You know? If Nana wants to take the Puerto Rican pool boy, Josue, to Argentina, to go back to his homeland because she doesn't understand the intricacies of Latin America, that's up to her. She put the time in. Yeah. If Grandpa Steve wants to blow his army pension on roulette in Atlantic City, that's his goddamn prerogative. You go ahead, Grandpa Steve. He was in the war. 70 and older. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Except vote. Yeah. You had 52 good years to make good decisions. You didn't, you lose your privilege. Okay? All right. Glad we're all on board with that. That means everything else will go great tonight. This is good. This is good. Sir, are you a first responder or a retired one? Negative? Are you sure you just said negative instead of no? No, you just like Oakleys because you drive a Porsche and you're an asshole? Or what's the... I'm not... Is that what it is? All right, guys. There we go. There we go. Man, it's like I'm psychic or something. This is good. I'm just getting like real dad vibes from you. Like my own. Like I'm just expecting you to get really angry at me and tell me to get a haircut. That's what I'm feeling right now. I'm sure you had that thought. But here's the thing. She loves it. She loves. Every woman in this room, I got on stage, you're like, wow, he's got great curls. Wow. Wow. And now you're like, how does he do it? How does he get the curls? I'll tell you. He's a really fancy, it's a Suave 2-in-1. It's really nice. It's really nice. Yeah. Yeah, and I converted to Judaism. It was really easy. It was really easy. Now, I'm still not great with money, so I'm not like a full Jew. I'm more like Jewish, you know? Stupid. Oh, man. Sometimes you remember jokes from high school on stage, guys. Oh, man. There's no such thing as a smart kid. Next joke. You're just like, yeah, I know. I'm a teacher, I know. I know. Oh, okay. We got dads, a couple dads here tonight. Anybody? Father? Are you a father? Great. Well, let's give a round of applause to the dads tonight, guys. They're the real motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, man, my dad was a cop. That's why I thought, I'm like, you look like a retired police officer because you shop at Kohl's. So, white guys wearing purple. You must have been a cop. That'd have been what it was. Yeah, my dad was a DARE officer for a long time. You guys remember the DARE program? Oh, really? Great. So you guys remember what DARE stands for all together? Drug abuse resistance education. Great, great. Now, it's real fun when you slur that because you've been drinking. Yeah, no, I did okay. The first half of the program was great. The drug abuse, I loved it. It was so good. It was so good. The second half I'm struggling with. I think I'll figure it out soon. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I think my dad is one of the funniest people I've ever met. I thank him for the ridiculous shit that comes into my brain all the time. This is my childhood, to give you an idea. We were at Disneyland. My mom, my dad, my three brothers. We were white. We could afford it. So we're at Disneyland. We're walking down Main Street, and my dad goes, you know how much toilet paper they use in a day? And I'm like, I can figure this out. I'm like, okay, so there's this many people that come in the door. There's this many go to the bathroom. Okay, the Mexican food is a little bit more. This many sheets per person. Okay, Dad, I got the answer. He goes, do you think it's a shitload? Son of a bitch! God damn it! And then he goes, did you know this? He goes, I don't know if you guys knew this, but Pinocchio has a woodpecker. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. God damn it. About 2 years ago, I got hit by a car when I was in college. So I got an insurance payout. I'm living the millennial dream, really. So I had to spend a couple weeks in my parents' house, and I come out of the shower one day, I step into the hallway, and I'm standing in my underwear, and I look down to the end of the hallway, and I see my father also in his underwear. And I'm like, hi. And he goes, why don't you put your fucking pants on? It's kind of rude, but that is kind of his language of love. So, I'm like, okay, Dad. I go, but that doesn't really make sense. Put my fucking pants on. You don't wear pants when you fuck. That's like going to Chipotle and be like, oh, that was good, but better put my shitting pants on. It doesn't, grammar. So I say this to my dad. He looks back at me blankly. Sorry. He looks back at me blankly. And he goes, I made a fart at the doctor's office today. He's 54 years old. He was a cop for 30 years. Yeah. He made a fart at the doctor's office. He made it. He didn't pass gas. He didn't have flatulence. He made it with his own body. I fell to the floor. I laughed my ass all the way off. All the way, complete. I'm losing my mind in laughter. But then Captain Buzzkill heard from the other room, and now here comes Mom. Dad! Told you not to talk like that to my kids! He's gonna go repeat this shit on stage! I don't like it! Anyway, I just wish Mom would come home. Yeah. I just got dumped. That was fun. Yeah, I know. Poor me. I'm fantastic. Apparently, you're not supposed to say yikes when your girlfriend said, I went to church last week. It's a wrong thing to say. Yeah. Okay, before I get any further, do we have any Catholics? Are there any Catholics here tonight? No? Okay, good. Good. We all learned the lesson. That's great. It's weird. This is the first show now that I've done since I've been telling that joke for about a year now because I've been broken up with every week for the last year for this joke. And I asked, there's always one or two Catholics, oh, woo, and they shout, woo, I'm right here. And I'm like, oh, still, wow. Good for you. Good for you. But I don't want to go too bad. I'm not going to knock your religion if that's what you need to do to make it through the world. That's fine. Just don't force it on others and be a good person. I think that's what I believe. But I can get that because I was an altar boy growing up. I've been around it. I didn't care for it. I go, what do you think I'm going to say? Oh, he was touched. This one right here. No. I didn't think it was that bad of an experience. A lot of commands. I wasn't a big fan of, stand up, sit down, stand up. I just wish the priest would pick a position and fuck me, Yeah, I know. Things not to say to your girlfriend. So, yeah, now I got to start dating, and that's really frustrating because it's so hard to find somebody, you connect with. It looks like there's some couples here tonight. And you guys know, it's a lot of work to find somebody you connect with, emotionally, intellectually, sexually. All these things are so hard to find. And now I got to find somebody that's willing to do that I connect with on all those levels, and she's also willing to put on a Winnie the Pooh costume and peg me, That's kind of the issue. So, oh, call me Christopher Robin and pour hot honey on me. Ooh! Oh man! All right, guys, I'm out of time up here. I gotta go run an errand. I gotta go buy a plunger. I have some shit to take care of. So let's give it up for Jason Mack, everybody. Thank you so much.
Jake, I hate that man. See, now I mean it. You guys, your next comic come to stage. Very funny lady. You guys, she's going to be on the next show. It's a show called Camp, where she's going to tell a different and scary story. So you guys can, if you haven't already paid for both shows, you can do that. Chip in after, however it works. I don't know. You guys, make a lot of noise for the Lendy West.
There's my water over there. Hi, guys. Hi. Let's just get into it. So I attended college out of state, and my parents came with me on my move-in day when I met my new dorm mate and her mother, who was one of those people who looked, sounded, and smelled like smoke and whiskey. I know, one of those rare triple combos, And after our cordial hello, how you doing, nice to meet yous, she decided to give me and my fellow collegiates some really sage advice. She said, girls, don't drink too much or you'll wind up with your head in a toilet and a dick in your ass. It might have been her own personal experience. I'm not too sure. But I remember turning all shades of red and hanging my head and feeling so embarrassed that she said that, especially in front of my parents, because all I could think of was, where was this advice when I was in high school? Right? Messy, I know. I don't know if you guys can see my shoes. They're super awesome. My mom purchased them for me. I thank you. She got them at a thrift store. I know, yeah. And when she was giving them to me, she was like, sweetie, I saw these shoes. They made me think of Michael Jackson, which made me think of you. I know. It's not a joke. I'm seriously looking for validation that's a strange thought process, right? My mom went to the store, saw generic brown booties, thought of Michael Jackson, and went, oh, my daughter. My mom's a weirdo. I don't know. She came to see my comedy for the first time recently, and after the show, she was like, sweetie, I have a skit idea for you. You should do a skit about how you're not the favorite child. Oh, Mommy, that's not exactly how comedy works. But thanks for confirming something I've been suspicious of my entire life, right? My mom's a whore. She's a weirdo whore. I get it, though. I'm a mom myself. Any other mothers? A few of us? Okay, all right. I have 2 little boys. I have an 8-year-old and a 2-year-old. And when my now 8-year-old was 6 and waiting for his soon-to-be sibling, I had to teach him about breastfeeding on account of all the titties he was going to be seeing since I was nursing his new sibling. And so I had to teach him about mammals and how we feed our young. And one night before the baby came. He called me into the bathroom. He was like, "Mommy!" And I go in there, and he's standing next to the tub, and he's butt naked, and he's cupping his balls, and he goes, "Mommy, what do these do?" I was like, "Your balls?" And he goes, "Yeah. What do balls do?" And not really wanting to get into it with him at the moment, I just went, "I don't know." And he was all, "I know what they do. Balls make milk. Balls make milk. Balls make milk." And he started yelling at guys like he was starting a riot chant at the protest for the oppression against testicles. Balls make milk. So I just like smiled and nodded and slowly backed away and shut the door, because like in a roundabout way, he's kind of right. Balls sort of do make milk. And I am not here to crush my child's life perspectives, right? I'm his mother. Goodness. I think the toughest thing about being a mom is the not drinking part. You're not supposed to. But I find it really hard. Like, the not drinking for 2 while you're pregnant was easy. It's the after, because, like, even after, they're like, "You're nursing, still don't drink." And you're like, "Why?" And that was really hard for me, especially because I'm a big fan of mommy juice, which is mine is mimosas. It's not really mimosas. I say that to not sound like an alcoholic, you guys. I love champagne. Yes, yes. So my mimosa is literally an eyedropper of orange juice, right? Just enough to make it murky, like my morals, you know? And like all mimosas, bottomless, like my standards, right? Yes, yes. Balls make milk, mimosas, everybody. Oh my God. Such a messy life. You guys ever forget to wear your underwear? Sometimes. And then you put on a flowy skirt or dress. Yeah. And then you go out into the world. And then you trip on your way out of a retail establishment. And then you find yourself on all fours with your skirt up over your head. And like now, all of Baby Gap is looking right at your baby gap. Ever happened to you guys? Some of you. Some of you. I'm not saying that happened to me personally. But what I am saying is I laughed so hard when I saw that woman fall, right? She had to have been so embarrassed. All right, that was a new ending to that joke. You guys did okay. I'll work on it. Maybe you can. I don't know. I had a really unfortunately long first labor. I can say that because I was there the entire time. It was over 60 hours. Yeah, right? And there's like a term, I don't know if you guys are aware of it, it's called active labor. Yeah, it's a bullshit term, most likely created by a man. Sorry, fellas. But they only consider it active because your contractions are closer together and your hoo-ha, which is normally the size of basically smaller than a penny, gets kind of big and is like a lemon hole, right? So they're like, it's only active when your contractions are close in your lemon hole. And then if you're down here in the penny area and your contractions are not close together, they're like, you're not fucking in labor. But it's true. It hurts no matter what. If you are not getting sleep and you're in a lot of pain and you can't sleep for 20 minutes as opposed to every 2 minutes, it fucking sucks. So anyways, it was painful. Sorry, thank you for letting me vent, you guys. This is a safe place. And I don't know if you guys have ever been in the hospital for a really long time or at least in labor for that long. But every time there's a new shift change, someone comes in and has to check your dilation. And it got to the point where it was like, anyone could come in and check my dilation, right? Like they were bringing in interns and they were like, this is Sarah. she's going to check your dilation. And Sarah's just like, hi. I think she's at a 5. And the nurse was like, yeah, she is. Good job. And Sarah's just like, thanks. And then you're there like, you're welcome. I don't know. This is odd. Yeah, it was really strange. So after a few people, because it was starting to get humorous, I started counting just how many people came into, and it was 11, you guys. 11. That is 22 fingers in my uterus in about a 48-hour span, right? And all I could think of was like, man, this is exactly like when I was in high school. Which made me think of Michael Jackson. Which then made me think of my mom. Oh, you guys. This has been wonderful. You guys have been a great audience. Give it up for your host, Jason, and yourselves. Thank you so much.
Lendy West, everybody, give it up. Yes. Fuck it. Are you guys ready for your goddamn headliner tonight? Yeah. Oh, fuck. I don't believe you. Oh, it's a little better. You guys, I want you guys to make a lot of noise, give a lot of energy to the very funny Robert Bear.
I may not be the best looking comedian you'll see tonight. Just wanted to make that clear. I like to start out with a song, though. Is that okay with y'all? Start out with a bit of a song? I could use your participation. If you can clap along to this beat. Everybody, don't be shy. I need y'all to do this. There we go. This is a song I wrote about collecting garbage pail kids, if you remember those. A little slower. Here we go. Here we go. I said collecting garbage pail kids is good. I said collecting garbage pail kids is good. Well, unless you're them from Planned Parenthood. Oh, man. That song's called Happy Unbirthday. Hope you like that. It's great to be a comedian because you get to, bring some sunshine into people's lives, brighten up their day. And one of the other perks of being a comedian, though I found this out recently, is there are groupies that only have sex with comedians. You're stifling your laughter there because you see me up here. There's someone for everybody, ma'am. But and there's a nickname for the groupies that just have sex with comedians. They call them chuckle fuckers. It's totally true. Chuckle fuck. Like someone loves your stupid jokes so much they want to, blow you in the stab patio after the show. Like, thanks, chuckle fucker. But it is more polite than giggle guzzler. I'll give you that. But I had a lady come up to me after the show. She goes, Robert, I'm not a chuckle fucker, but I am a chuckle hugger. Why don't you bring it in here? I mean, Mom, you're embarrassing me so much in front of my friends. Yeah. And she's a total liar because she slept with all the comics you've seen so far tonight. So she gets around. My mom is Lendy's mom. She's a whore. But no, I don't take advantage of that stuff. I've been married for 26 years now. That's pretty great. And thank you. And after 26 years of marriage, you got to do some things to keep the spice alive, Keep that milk going in the lemon hole. But yeah, we try to do some things to spice it up. Like the other night I came home and my wife was wearing a slinky dress. So I pushed her down the stairs. I love feel-good news stories that make you feel good deep down inside your heart. And probably one of the best feel-good news stories I've ever heard in recent history. Some of you may have heard of this, the story of Bat Kid. You know about Bat Kid? Yeah. If you don't know the story of Bat Kid, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which, by the way, the Make-A-Wish Foundation is a really weird name for that group. They should probably call it, what was your second wish? Yeah, that's bad. But no, the Make-A-Wish Foundation granted his wish to be Batman for a day, and it was so awesome. They let him catch the Penguin and the Riddler. He got to ride in a real Batmobile, and they even made a little Batman suit that was just his size. It was adorable. This kid had the ultimate Batman day. But I do think maybe the Make-A-Wish Foundation went just a little bit too far when they shot his parents in front of him. I thought that was should have chose Aquaman. That kid got a free pool. But, I've been dealing with dyslexia my whole life, and funny, right? Disabilities, But no, I read recently that Tai Chi can help you with your dyslexia. Tai Chi. But I've been drinking that stuff for weeks. It hasn't helped me one bit. Oh man. When you have dyslexia, you think jokes like that are funny. That's another disability there. I saw on the news this lady, she was born with no arms. And no arms at all. And she overcame her disability and became a very successful gynecologist. Yeah, but despite her success, her boss ended up firing her. Said she was pussyfooting on the job just a little bit too much there. That's the bottom. I like the Eagles, 70s rock legends, the Eagles. You like that group? Yeah, a little bit. Just a little snap there. I like that. The Eagles are great because they got that song "Take It Easy" and "Take It to the Limit." So they cover all levels of effort for their fans. You're gonna fall somewhere in between there. But their hit song "Take It Easy," the first version was a lot different than the one they ended up recording. The first version went, well, I've been running down the road trying to loosen my load. I got 7 women on my mind. 4 that want to own me, 2 that want to stone me, 5 that need to help me with math. But, modern songs I like, there's that song by Carly Rae Jepsen. It goes, hey, I just met you. Now this is crazy, but here's my number. So call me maybe. And then, like, that's not crazy at all. I mean, if you see somebody at a club that you like, giving them your phone number is maybe the least crazy thing you could do. I mean, she hardly scratches the surface of mental illness in this song. Like if it was crazy, it might be more like, hey, I just met you. This is crazy. I've been going through your trash, and you threw away a perfectly good box of fish sticks. But despite your wasteful attitude, I think we might have something together. Or I just met you. This is crazy. Hitler had a lot of really good ideas. Let's not. Or I just met you. This is crazy. Why don't I put on some Kenny G music, put on the fireplace, lower the lights, and I got these little googly eyes from the craft store. I can glue them on top of your vagina so that when we have sex, it looks like Zach Galifianakis is giving me a blowjob. Maybe that's a little too crazy there. I don't know. I'm an older comic, I'm 50 years old, and these newer comics are promoting themselves really well on, Instagram and Snapchat and all that. I don't know how to do that. I can't put that dog thing on my face and all that. But Facebook challenges, that's something I could do, Everybody's got Facebook. Even your grandma does, Like, you ever have that grandma that, like, only logs, like, you suddenly got, like, 80 notifications, and she went back and liked every single thing for the last year? That's my grandmother. But no, they have all these challenges, and one of the challenges that just came out a while ago, and I'm not making this up, it's the throw cheese on a baby's face challenge. Like some weirdo sitting there with a piece of cheese, and he sees a baby, and he goes, I'm going to throw this cheese on that baby's face. And the baby's like squirming because it can't get it off, and he puts the video of it on Facebook. And instead of someone calling like Child Protective Services like a good citizen, no, it starts a craze. Thousands of people start throwing cheese on a baby's face. So I thought maybe that's what I got to do. So I threw cheese on a baby's face, and the mom was furious. She She says, why did you throw cheese on my baby's face? I can't believe you threw cheese on my baby's face. And I said, ma'am, if you didn't want me to throw cheese on your baby's face, maybe you should have had a closed casket funeral. That's all I'm saying there. Hold your loved ones close. You never know. Actually, this is totally true. I had an old guy one of the first times I told that joke, and he comes up to me and goes, that's the best dead baby joke I've ever heard in my whole life, you know. That's something, you know. Then we fucked in my car. Who here's ever had a threesome before? Any threesome havers here? Whose girlfriend's holding their hand down right now? Yeah. I asked that at a show recently, and there was two gentlemen and a woman in the front row laughing their ass off. I'm like, oh, someone's having a threesome here tonight. And one of the guys goes, nah, dude, she's pregnant. And I said, oh, okay, it would technically be a foursome then, if you want to split hairs. But I was once offered a chance to have a threesome with sexy Vietnamese twins. And we were all a little bit reluctant to go ahead with it, but it turned out to be a win-win situation for everybody involved there. You okay with cheese on a dead baby's face? But that's where I crossed the line, I guess. There. Yeah, they're bringing back all these classic shows from the 80s. They brought Roseanne back. That didn't work out so well for her there, but it did spark a trend. Like they brought Murphy Brown back because 3 people really wanted to see that show again. And but I was astounded to see that NBC is bringing back the Golden Girls. The Golden Girls. Yeah, but don't get too excited. Apparently, it's just going to be 30 minutes of Betty White crying in a graveyard. It's going to call it the Golden Girl. Yeah, but it is less depressing than the Mork and Mindy reboot they're planning. But Jason here, by the way. Let's give it for Jason. He's doing a great job hosting this show, isn't he? Yeah. I was talking to Jason outside before the show. He's really excited because sold the place out. Give it up for yourselves for selling this place out. And he's a little nervous, you know. And I said, hey, Jason, let me just take your mind off this show. What if you could go back in time and have sex with any famous historical figure? Any famous historical figure, who would it be? And he thought for a minute, and he goes, Robert, I'd go to 1938. And I would let Dr. Albert Einstein jack me off. And I said, wow, that's a stroke of genius. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. I wish I had a good one, man. You're doing great. It's like, thanks, Dad. You know, you're doing a fantastic job. Been looking for your approval my whole life. No, I'm glad. Hey, I'm what's your name? Mike. Thanks for coming out here, Mike. Let's give it up for Mike. Yeah. You have been a great crowd. I'm going to use this moment to tell you, when you're a comic, you're trying hard to get a special or a show on Netflix. And this December 13th, I've got a show that's going to be on Netflix that you guys can see. Yeah. I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's a show where I get really cute animals, really cute, adorable, fluffy animals that are dead. And try to figure out what it is that killed them. Yeah, it's called Autopsy. So hope you check that one out there. Hey, my name's Robert Berry. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Make sure, let's get up for your host, everybody.
Robert. Hey, thank you guys so much. We're here every first Friday at 8 o'clock with a new lineup every month. The show's called Real Life Comedians. We're on Instagrams, Real Life Comedians, Twitter, Facebooks, whatever. We're on all those things. Grab one of these on your way out, you guys, and sign the mailing list if you guys will. But actually, Jesse's gonna tell you about the next show. Is that true?
I mean, I can.
Okay, the deal.
Right. Coming up in just a minute, as soon as we shuffle you out and shuffle them in, it's going to be Camp with Drew Absher. It's comedians telling scary stories scary being subjective to whatever they think is scary. You can finish it up, Jason, if you like. Oh, all right. Well, thanks for coming out. If you haven't paid for the second show and would like to stick around, go on out there. We'll upgrade you for just $5 more for the rest of the night. If this is the rest of you for tonight, thanks for coming out. I hope to see you again soon.